Coming up tonight, 5 things you need to know about today in Parliament, including the reason why Singapore said no to Malaysia's proposal for the HSR project.
Outperforming the world once again, Singapore produces more than half of the world's perfect scorers in IB exams.
And in a nail-biting video, a 6-year-old boy is rescued after getting stuck on a 3rd-floor ledge. This is the Straits Times Newsnight. I'm Dylan Ang.
I'm Chow Suen, and today marked the first Parliament session of 2021. And we put together the 5 things you need to know about today's 6-hour-long session. First, many questions about Singapore's COVID-19 vaccination program were answered by Health Minister Gan Kim Yong. He said that plans are underway to start vaccinating the elderly and those at greater risk starting from next month.
Thus far, Singapore has started the use of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, while vaccines by Moderna and Sinovac are currently under the HSA's review process. Mr. Gan said that when vaccinations are rolled out to the public, prior bookings will be necessary. He also revealed that recipients will not be allowed to choose which vaccine they want, as that will further complicate an already complex process.
Additionally, every person who is vaccinated will receive a physical vaccination card and have their record updated in the National Immunisation Registry. They will also be able to check their vaccination status digitally. Minister Gan assured Singapore that we will have enough vaccines and the government will put safeguards in place should there be severe adverse reactions to the vaccine.
If all goes according to schedule, we will have enough vaccines for everyone by the 3rd quarter this year. MOH will also introduce a vaccine injury financial assistance program to provide support for persons who suffer a serious adverse event that is assessed to be related to COVID-19 vaccines administered in Singapore. While we expect few to need this, the program will give peace of mind to those taking the vaccination.
And according to Minister Gan, the last time Singapore carried out a vaccination of this scale was in 1959 when just over 1 million people were inoculated against smallpox. This black and white picture taken in April of that year shows people queuing outside a health centre in Outram Road. 62 years ago. Wow.
And number 2, Multi-Ministry Task Force Co-Chair Lawrence Wong elaborated on other areas of Singapore's COVID-19 battle. He announced that all hotel staff in contact with people serving stay-home notices will now be placed on a rostered routine testing regime. They will be tested every 2 weeks to provide an additional layer of safeguards.
Mr. Wong also stressed that the vaccination program is among the government's key priorities in 2021, particularly as trade and travel are crucial to Singapore. He added that more needs to be known about the effect of vaccines before Singapore can consider relaxing border measures for those vaccinated.
One important issue is whether we can relax our border measures for persons who are vaccinated. We are studying this issue very carefully. If there is clear evidence that transmission risk can be lowered significantly, then we will certainly consider some relaxation to the SHN regime for vaccinated travellers. But for now, we will continue to take a more cautious approach. In other words, vaccinated travellers will continue to be subjected to prevailing border measures and SHN requirements. We will fine-tune our approach over time once we better understand the effect of the vaccine.
And number 3 of what you need to know about today's sitting in Parliament, Transport Minister Ong Ye Kung revealed the main sticking point that led to the termination of the high-speed rail project between Kuala Lumpur and Singapore. He said Singapore could not accept Malaysia's proposal to remove the system supplier and network operator of the project, as it was a fundamental departure from the original agreement.
To Singapore, Assets Co is the centerpiece of the HSR project. It is necessary to ensure that the interests of both countries are protected. This will minimize the possibility of future disagreements and disputes over the long duration of the project, lasting decades. Singapore therefore informed Malaysia that the removal of the Assets Co constituted a fundamental departure from the HSR BA and could not be accepted.
Number 4. Khoo Teck Puat Hospital will issue refunds to at least 200 patients who were wrongly diagnosed with a less common form of breast cancer. Dr. Koh Po Koon, Senior Minister of State for Health, told Parliament that the portion of the bills which arose from unnecessary treatment will be fully refunded. The results of a retest for 8 patients are still pending. The Straits Times understands that the refunds will likely total millions of dollars.
And finally, at number 5, today's session made history as the first ever sitting live streamed to the public. You can now watch parliamentary proceedings in real time on the Ministry of Communications and Information's YouTube channel. But comments on the video have been turned off by MCI. When asked how live streaming will impact the quality and tone of debates, Minister S. Iswaran said the responsibility rests with all MPs, who must continue to uphold the higher standards of conduct and decorum. And those were the highlights from today's session in Parliament. Proceedings will resume tomorrow.
Now let's take a look at the COVID-19 situation here. 24 new cases were confirmed today and all were imported. Among them are a Singaporean and 15 foreign domestic workers. No new cases were found in the community and in foreign workers' dormitories.
Kindergarten 1 and Primary 1 pupils headed to school today for the first day of school with safe management measures in place. Temperature taking and exam-style seating arrangements were seen in classrooms for 3,500 K1 children and 40,000 Primary 1 pupils. Kindergarten 2 and Primary 2 to 6 children will start school tomorrow. Education Minister Lawrence Wong paid a visit to Waterway Primary School and reiterated the importance of observing precautions even in Phase 3 of Singapore's reopening. He cited the 2 students from Raffles Girls' School who had earlier tested positive for the coronavirus as a timely reminder and said MOE wants to ensure that schools are kept open and safe so that learning can be kept going throughout the school year.
While the pandemic has undoubtedly disrupted learning, students here have managed to outshine their global counterparts in the International Baccalaureate exams once again. Singapore produced 55 of the 99 perfect scorers this year and boasted a 98% pass rate, significantly higher than Asia Pacific's 92%. More than half of Singapore students also scored 40 points and above out of 45.
Well done, guys. Now, speaking of results, the 2019 GCE O-level results will be released next Monday. Students can collect their results from their schools from 2 p.m. that day. All the very best. Let's take a look at what's been trending on social media. Video footage of a 6-year-old boy rescued from the 3rd floor ledge of a Hougang HDB block by a migrant worker using a boom lift has gone viral. The Singapore's Civil Defence Force said that it had received a call for assistance at Block 243 Hougang Street 22 at about 7:50 a.m. on Sunday and added that the child was rescued before officers arrived at the scene. He was assessed by a paramedic and was not taken to hospital. Chinese evening daily Lianhe Wanbao reported that he had climbed out of a kitchen window after waking up to discover that he was home alone.
Workers' Party MPs He Ting-ru and Raisha Khan started the new year by welcoming new additions to their families. For Ms. He, it was a little boy, while Ms. Raisha gave birth to a girl. Both women are MPs for the 4-member SENGKANG GRC. But SENGKANG residents need not worry. WP Chief Pritam Singh said in a Facebook post last week that various WP members will be helping out in SENGKANG on a rotational basis while the 2 women are on maternity leave. Speaker of Parliament Tan Chuan Jin has also extended his congratulations to both MPs on their new babies.
Jerry Marsden of Jerry and the Pacemakers, whose version of You'll Never Walk Alone became the football anthem for his hometown club of Liverpool, has died. He was 78. Jerry's 1960 hit cover of the Rodgers and Hammerstein song was adopted by Liverpool fans and is still sung regularly by supporters before and during matches. The club paid tribute on their social media accounts, tweeting that his voice accompanied their biggest nights, with his anthem bonding players, staff and fans around the world.
And that wraps up the Straits Times Newsnight. Do visit straitstimes.com to see more news and videos.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the button below. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow.